film, the fighter plane is simply stated as a fifth-generation fighter belonging to the enemy, but from its physical look, the form of the aircraft relates to the latest Russian fifth-generation stealth fighter jet, Sukhoi Su-57. Currently, the aircraft is undergoing flight testing and final system tests, and is in a restricted operational phase in the Russian Air Force. As reported by Popular Mechanics, the creation of the Su-57 fighter jet was one of the major surprises for the West. The Su-57 is the first modern fighter aircraft built by Russia since the conclusion of the Cold War era. Its presence was discovered in 2010. 1. Russia's fifth-generation fighter plane that matches the U.S. F-22 Raptor. The Su-57 is the most recent type of fighter aircraft, also known as the fifth-generation fighter jet from Russia, which will replace the MiG-29 and Su-27 fighter planes in the future. In terms of dimensions and technology, the Su-57 is Russia's equivalent to the F-22 Raptor, a fifth-generation stealth fighter from the United States, which entered active service in the U.S. Air Force in 2005. As described by Popular Mechanics, the Su-57 is designed as a fighter aircraft capable of carrying out air-to-air superiority operations and air-to-ground assault missions without being detected by enemy defenses. 2. Natto assigned him the codename Felon. As reported by Thieviationist, the Su-57 has been codenamed by Natto with the name Felon, Su-57 Felon, Su-57 Felon. The code designations are issued by Natto in basic and clearly identifiable English to communicate the kind of Russian fighter aircraft. In addition to fighter aircraft, Natto also supplies code names for Russian military systems, ships, and ground vehicles. For fighter planes, especially fighter aircraft, Natto grants code designations with the prefix F. Below are some examples. MiG-25 Foxbet, MiG-29 Fulcrum, MiG-31 Foxhound, Su-27 Flanker, Su-35S Flanker E. The suffix E was added to the Su-35S to identify a considerably different variation from the original aircraft. The Su-35S was derived from the Su-27. The suffix E was added to the Su-35S to indicate a significantly different variant from the original aircraft. The Su-35S was developed from the Su-27. 3. Has a strong engine that continues to be developed. One of the biggest issues in the creation of the Su-57 was the engine it employed. As stated by Military Today in prior flight tests, the prototype aircraft and pre-production aircraft were produced still utilizing the intermediate engine to Saturn 117S, comparable to the engine used by the Su-35S fighter jet, which is also an interim fighter, before the Su-57 achieves full operational size. As stated by Military History, the production Su-57 from 2020 onwards will be fitted with a new, more powerful engine known as the Sideline 30, which has higher thrust and is more efficient. The Sideline 30 engine will be 30% lighter than the previous engine and is intended to deliver maximum thrust in the region of 10,900 kilograms under normal conditions, but if the afterburner is switched on it, will offer maximum thrust in the range of 18,000 kilograms. The engine enables the Su-57 to run at supersonic speeds without afterburners. 4. Has an interior weapon storage area. Similar to the features of other stealth aircraft, the Su-57 also possesses an interior weapon storage to store its weaponry when carrying out missions in complete stealth mode. As stated by Popular Mechanics, the Su-57 is meant to strike adversaries in the air, as well as on the ground unnoticed, and exactly like the F-22 Raptor, the Su-57 keeps its weaponry in an internal weapons bay that is only accessed when it is used to avoid radar trails. The Su-57 is capable of carrying R-77 medium-range air-to-air missiles, He-77M long-range air-to-air missiles, K-74M2 short-range air-to-air missiles, R-37M hypersonic missiles, Hi-38 and guided bombs from the KAB bomb family. In addition, the Su-57 may have the capacity to carry missiles that can be given a nuclear payload, such as the Ki-47M2 Kinzhal. For close combat, the Su-57 is also armed with a 30mm gun. The loading capacity of the weapons is likewise considerable, which is estimated at more than 7.5 tons. When air supremacy in enemy territory has been secured and threats from hostile air defenses have been neutralized, the Su-57 is also capable of carrying weapons installed outside its fuselage. 5. In 2018 was alleged to have been involved in military activities in Syria. As reported by CNN, in 2018, 2 pre-productions of Su-57 aircraft were involved in Russian military operations in Syria for limited combat mission testing. Not much is known about Russia's newest fighter jet's military debut in Syria. In 2022, as reported by The Drive and a number of other internet news pages, there are speculations and reports that cannot be substantiated concerning the role of the Su-57 in the Ukraine conflict. The video footage is so low quality that it cannot be clearly verified if the kind of fighter plane that passed was a Su-57 or another fighter jet. On the other hand, the Moscow side did not offer any information on this topic, but the prospect of the Su-57 engagement in the Ukraine war might arise since 2 Su-57s were part of the Russian operation in Syria in 2018. The Russian Air Force will acquire roughly 22 Su-57s in 2024 and will have around 76 Su-57s by 2028. The first Su-57s were turned over by the manufacturer to the Russian military in 2020.